Okay, well, hello and welcome to week 6. So here we are. We are now honing in on the close of the course. So we have three units left, 3 modules left, 3 weeks left. We have week 6, 7, and 8. Here in week 6, we're going to be talking about some aspects from chapter 11 and chapter 12 of the text. So hopefully, once again, as always, please be sure that you read the textbook chapters thoroughly before you post the assignment. I do also have some YouTube videos again posted this week to sort of help with some of the concepts in the chapter. So as usual, I want to spend my time here with you through this video to walk through the assignment. Once again, I feel like it is probably most beneficial to do that. And so I'll spend my time with you doing that, and hopefully these videos are helping you. It seems like everyone is doing well. Hopefully, you're able to link the concepts from the textbook to these assignments and see how everything is working together. So without further ado, let me jump right in and just begin to walk through the week 6 assignment. So as usual, I'm going to be throwing things up on the screen and walking you through it. Now, I will tell you on the front end here this week that this assignment may seem a little more intimidating than the others, but once we walk through this, I really think you're going to find that it's going to be pretty simple. You'll see that we have 7 questions, so that may be a little bit intimidating itself, but just bear with me as we walk through this, and I feel like you'll be fine. Of course, you've got this assignment located in Blackboard, and then attached to the announcement board where you have found this video is your weekly assignment template that I have here that I'm going to spend a few moments on as well. I'm not going to read this scenario to you as I normally don't. You can read it yourself. It is just talking about, it's just a scenario to give you some data to work with as normal. So don't focus on anything other than the data here. It's all that we're concerned with. The data here in the assignment. Of course, this is the same assignment pulled from the end of one of the chapters in your textbooks, but I just pulled this PDF out of Blackboard, and I'm sure that's where you're getting it as well. So this data here is what you find on the Excel spreadsheet that is also linked. Sorry, my Excel's freezing up on me there for a little bit. I often hear from people, and it's a frustration of mine as well. So don't feel bad. I often hear from folks that say, "Oh, Excel freezes on me. Word documents freeze on me." Well, they do me too. So I feel your pain. Okay, so this is the data file out of Blackboard. It matches the data listed here in the assignment, and of course there are the questions. And I'm going to walk through each one of these as I normally do, and just show you how to answer the questions without giving you the answers. Hopefully I'm leading you to the answer without just telling you what it is. So question number 1, using a scatter plot, plot the data for 1969 through 1988, and then answer this question: does there appear to be a linear relationship between the number of imported cars and the year? So there's 2 things here in this question that we need to do. First of all, it's asking us to plot or create a scatter plot, and then it is asking us to answer that question. So you'll see on the template, hopefully this is large enough that it can be seen fairly well on the video. You'll notice on the template here that I have a place where I'm asking you to copy paste a scatter plot from Excel. Just paste it right here. And when you paste into Word from Excel, it's actually pretty useful to you'll Control C and Control V to paste. When you Control V to paste, you'll get a little balloon there, and it'll ask you, how you want to paste it. If you will paste it as a picture, it actually pops right into the Word document much better. And you may have noticed sometimes as you paste from Excel, it scatters way over here past the edge of the paper, and you can't even hardly see the whole thing. So paste it as a picture file. It makes it a little smaller, but it's still more than sufficient to be able to see it. So to run a scatter plot in Excel, and again, I'm going to show you on the version of Excel that I'm using, but it's remember the question here too. It's asking for a scatter plot from 69 through 88. Okay, so on here, I'm going to take and highlight beginning on the year 1969. You see the X and Y's are already set up for you in the spreadsheet. Beginning of 69, I'm just going to copy or highlight down from 1988, and then I'm going to go to Insert, and I'm going to, on mine, it's just a little picture, and when I hover over it, you see that it says XY Scatter. I'm going to click on that, and then I have this menu of options, and I want the very first one that is a scatter, and there it is. Okay, and so all I'm asking you to do is right click and copy this and paste it right here. And when you click paste, on mine it looks kind of like a little briefcase, and I hold over that and have paste options, and I'm going to paste as a picture. Okay, I'm going to undo this here. I don't want to leave that up there, but that's all you got to do, copy paste the scatter plot. Now, once you have this scatter plot here, you'll have it in the Word document, of course, but once you have this, then you've got to answer the question. Okay, and going back to the assignment for just a minute, the question was, does there appear to be a linear relationship between the number of imported cars and the year? Okay, on here, I've just got to answer the question, bro. Oh, excuse me. Let me get back to question one. I was on question two there for a moment. Answer the question. 1 or 2 sentences will be sufficient. So, essentially, you're going to say, 1 or 2 sentences will be more than enough. You're either going to say that, basically, you're either going to say that the relationship is linear, or you're going to say that the relationship is not linear. Because that is the question that you're being asked. Does it appear that the linear relationship between the number of cars and the year? So, is it or is it not? And, based on your Excel results, that is how you will answer that question. Okay. So that is question number 1. Now, question number 2, you'll notice on the APA template that I have here that you're going to copy paste a regression from Excel, and then you're going to answer a question by providing the regression equation, which is y equals the intercept value, and I'm going to show you all this, plus the x variable 1, that's how it notes on mine when I run it, and then x. So, for example, your final regression equation might be something like y equals, let's say the intercept was 1.72, and you were putting the plus, and let's say the x variable 1 was 0.08563, and then the x. Now, obviously, this is not the correct answer, but I'm just giving you the format of what it would look like when you would pop it in. So this right here is me just showing you how you will answer it. From the regression output from Excel, you will be provided with an intercept and an x variable. And so those are the numbers that you're going to pop in, and you'll answer this question by providing that regression equation, and I'll show you how and why here in just a moment. So the question, number 2, is, using computer software package, find the least squares line for predicting the number of imported cars as a function for the year of 69 through 88. Well, you may remember from the reading, hopefully you do, that regression equation that I just showed you here, again, fake data, not real, that is how you determine this least squares line. Okay, so that's the reason that I'm asking you to provide that regression equation, because that's how you do it. That's how you answer that part of that question. But before you can get there, you've got to run the regression in Excel, and then I need you to copy paste the regression from Excel. So let's run the regression real quick. Now remember, again, we're still dealing with question 2 here, and it's still asking for years 69 through 88. So now to run the regression, we're going to go to data. We're back into this area in data and data analysis, like we have been through so many of these units. So we're going to use, of course, it's already highlighted on mine because I've been in here playing right now. And so you'll click regression. You'll find the regression option. You'll click regression. You'll click OK. And let me zero this stuff out, because once again, you hear me say this every week, I know. But I like to go in here and run these real quick before I record the video, just so I don't accidentally miss telling you a step. Because we're all human and we forget things, right? So you're in the regression menu, and it's asking you for the input the Y range here. So I'm going to go right here from 69 down to 88, okay, and then the X range, I'm going to click there, and I'm going to come over here and tell it from 69 down to 88, okay, and confidence level 95%. Output range, I'm going to just tell it to stick it right here for me, and then as usual, I click the different boxes here and just get everything. You won't need it all, but go ahead and get it all. So we're ready to run it. So I click OK, and you'll see it pops around a little bit, and then you'll get a result. I'm going to spread these columns open just a little bit so that we can see a little bit better. Now, what I'll need you to copy paste into the Word document is just this section right here, the summary output. The bottom portion right here, residual output and probability output, not interested in that right now. So just give me the summary output. Okay, so if I were doing it, I would copy this part right here, or highlight it, and then Control C, and then I would go to my Word document. I can get and then I would paste into my Word document, and once again I would paste as a picture, and hopefully you can see that option, how to do that. And then once you've got that into your Word document, then you've run the whole regression analysis here, okay? And of course, by now, hopefully you've done all the reading and everything, and you know fairly well how to interpret. Nobody expects you to be an expert in interpreting this right now, but you'll recall that what's important here to determine, this is the regression equation. And so this is the intercept. Trying to highlight it there. So the intercept, you'll see right here, and then the X variable, you'll see right here. So, again, this example that I gave you a while ago was obviously just made up, but wasn't too far off from the actual numbers. Now, this is the correct chart here, but, you're going to have to give me this whole copy-paste and then tell me the regression equation. So it will be Y equals, and then this intercept value, and just round it to 2 digits after the decimal. So this intercept value plus, and then the X variable 1, which I would want you to round to about 5 spots past the decimal, and then add your little X. So your result will look again something like this. Okay. So that is question number 2. Okay, so now question number 3. Well, let me put that back up just for a moment. That regression. Forgot that I would need that to get the answer number 3. So let me leave that on the screen for a moment. So back to our back to the assignment here. So question number 3 says, is there a significant linear relationship between the number of imported cars and the year? Okay, so, to answer that question, you have to, and hopefully you remember this from your reading, you have to find the T statistic and then that T stat's P value. Okay. Now the T stat is the one associated with, as I'm calling it here because that's the way it runs on my spreadsheet. It's the T stat associated with X variable 1. So, you would find X variable 1 and then you come over here to this where it says T stat and just give me that number. And again, hopefully you remember this from the reading. Then to provide the P value, which would be the number right next door here. Now, then to answer the question, you've got your T stat and you've got your P value. So answer the question then by interpreting, and basically your answer is, kind of like it's been all along. Is this thing significant relative to that 0.05 significance level? And you're getting that from that P value result. So again, your T stat is on the X variable 1 line right here, not the T stat on intercept, but the one on X variable 1, and then your P value right next door. Now again, these numbers here on the screen right here are, it's not your answer. You'll have to run the test to get it. Okay, so that is now. Let me back those things off. That is now question number 1, which is a scatter plot, and then talk to me about the line. And then question number 2 is a regression chart from Excel, and then talk to me about the regression equation. Actually give me the regression equation. And then question 3 was to provide the P stat associated with that X variable 1, and then provide the P value associated with the P stat and X variable 1. And then talk to me about that. Is it significant or is it not significant based on the P value as related to the 0.05? Okay, now you'll notice on the APA template here, my headers go from question 3 to question 6. Okay, and you may ask why they're not a header for question 4 and 5. Question 4 asks you to use computer program to predict the number of cars that will be imported using a 95% prediction interval, and then you have to look at that data and determine whether or not it's accurate estimates or not. Okay, the reason I'm removing those 2 questions from the assignment is this. And first of all, let me be clear, you do not have to answer questions 4 and 5. If you so choose to do so, obviously it's fine, but you really you do not have to, and most of the time people are not going to do what they don't have to do. And the reason you don't need to do this is because, first of all, it is a very, very complicated procedure in Excel to run the prediction intervals. You can look up some videos and tutorial guidance through YouTube and some other sources on how to do it, and it would take you probably 15 to 20 minutes to run. And I just don't see much value in that. In learning how to run that particular, it's not much value in that to me. So I'm more interested in knowing, prediction intervals. What's important, I'm going to go ahead and tell you on what number 5. If you were to run this, you would find that there would be some extreme outliers in the predictors, meaning that the prediction intervals are not going to be very accurate in this example because of those extreme outliers. Well, you've already learned this. You already know that outliers. You remember that from Unit 1, from Week 1. Outliers should be noted and should be understood in data when you see it because it is skewing the slope of your data. So again, question 4 and 5, I'm going to have you skip those and not do those. because I just feel like for the amount of time invested in you doing those answers or answering those questions, there's very little return um, in value for you on that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump on to question number 6. Now you'll notice, let me pull the template back up. Okay, question number 6 is asking once again for a regression and then a regression equation. And then question 7 is asking for I'm asking you for a scatter plot and then talk to me about that scatter plot. Now, you should automatically remember that we just did that on questions 1 and 2. And it's not me just arbitrarily asking you to do this again. This is, because of what the question of the assignment is asking you to do. So, look at question number 6. Add the data for 89 through 2009 and recalculate the regression line. Okay, well, when you do that, what that means is you're running it now from 1969 all the way to 2009. So if you're looking at your let me get these off the spreadsheet here. Okay, so now we need to run a regression on all of this data, okay? But that's all you're doing. You're doing the same process again that you just got through doing. Before you did it on about half of the years. Now you're going to be doing it on the whole entire set of years. So again, go to data and go to data analysis, click on regression, and for the Y range, I like to clear these things off before I do it. This helps me not be so confused. I like to have blank blocks here, right? And I recommend you do that because that generally helps people reduce their confusion. So on the Y range, you're going to just start right here. Let's see, wrong spot again. Click on the Y range up here. Input Y range. I'm going to go to the Y on the spreadsheet. So I'm going all the way down, and now I'm capturing all years. Okay, so just and then go to the X range and go here. I'm going to capture all the years. Okay. Sorry about that. And the output range, again, it doesn't really matter, but for me, I'm just going to stick it right here so that we can see it. And I've got all the boxes checked. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to get the same type output that I got just a few minutes ago on the other question. So, and once again, all I want is the summary output up here. I'm not interested in the residual output or the probability output. So just grab this part right here, highlight it, hit Control C, and go, now you're dealing with question 6, regression, come in and paste it, and paste as a picture, and there you go. Now, once you have that regression in there, then you're going to need to answer the question by providing the regression equation. And it's the same thing again. It's the y equals the intercept plus the x variable 1 here. Okay? Because, again, it's just because it's on my spreadsheet it's called x variable 1 because I didn't change it. I could have called x. I could have named that variable what it is, but I didn't do that. So that's the number of years, and I didn't name it. Anyway, you would, you could definitely name it and, be less confused. Anyway, so you got y equals the intercept plus the x variable, and so it's the same thing again. Here's your intercept, and here's your x variable. So just like I did earlier, it's the same. It's y equals, and then there's the number. Plus, and then here's the number, and the X. And remember to do the rounding to 2 spaces after the decimal on the intercept and about 5 spaces after the decimal on the X variable. Okay, now the reason that we're answering that question with that is, let me pop the assignment question back up. So, what effect did that have? It asks you to recalculate the regression line. What effect does the new data have on the slope? Well, again, that question is answered by the regression equation. So just providing that, and again, hopefully you know from the reading why this is the case. But functionally speaking, I just need you to give me the regression copy paste from Excel, and then give me the regression equation. Okay, now on to question number 7. Question number 7 asks to given the form of the scatter plot for the years 69 through 2009, does it appear that a straight line provides an accurate model? Then it asks what type of other model might be more appropriate. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I do not want you to deal with this latter part of the question. I'm not interested in you answering that right now. What I'm interested in you doing for number 7 is once again running the scatter plot and then answering the question, does it appear that a straight line provides an accurate model for the data? And it's going to be, when you run the scatter plot, you remember doing this from question 1 earlier. When you do that, it's a pretty straightforward visual thing. You see it. And that's the great thing about the scatter plot. So let me get this stuff here off the screen, and we'll run this scatter plot. And then we'll finish up. So once again, we're now dealing with all the years, the whole thing. So I'm just going to highlight those cells, and I'm going to go to Insert, and then I'm going to, on mine, I'm going to find the XY scatter button, as it's called, and I'm going to hit the very first option because, as you see, it says scatter, and I'm going to get a chart. And you kind of see the pattern of this line. So based on what you get, and then, as usual, you'll have to right click and copy it and go to your template and right click and paste as a picture. Now, based on what you get here, you'll need to answer that second part of the question. Remember the second part of the question? I have it in the template this way. Answer this part of the question only, and then I give you that part of the question that I want you to answer. Does it appear that a straight line provides an accurate model for the data? 1 or 2 sentences will be sufficient, but here's the kicker. This is where you'll need to use some cited support. So tell me why it is that this does or does not, based on what you're seeing, and support that with some citations from the text. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me just flat out tell you what it is. So once again, quick overview of the assignment is this. Question 1 is a scatter plot from Excel and 1 or 2 sentences to answer the question. Question number 2 is a regression from Excel, and then the regression equation. And then question 3 is t-stat associated with the x variable. And then the p-value associated with that t-stat and that x variable. And then answer the question by interpreting that p-value as related to the 0.05 significance level. And then question 6, we're sort of doing some of these again now in reverse. We're going and doing another regression. And then you're answering the question again. After you run the regression, you're going to once again provide the regression equation. Answer the question by providing the regression equation. So I am wanting to see these regression equations. So pop them in, type them just this way. But there's the model of how to type it. And then question 7 is to run the scatter plot again and copy paste that, and then answer that question. 1 or 2 cents is, based on what you see, does it appear that a straight line provides an accurate model for the data? And so hopefully you'll be able to relatively easily bring in something from the textbook to support what you're saying here. And if you really just feel like you can't, so long as you have cited support somewhere in your assignment, that's the requirement. I'm just telling you, it's required to have it in your assignment. I'm just telling you question 7, that one there would be something that would be relatively easy to do. So then give me your conclusion, your reference page is already set. Don't forget to have an introduction paragraph, an abstract. All this stuff is simple, I know, but fill in your cover page as you normally do, and you should be all set. So hopefully that is, once again, helpful in helping you understand how to walk through the case study. This case study this week is called "Is Your Car Made in the USA?" And you're basically dealing with some XY variables, and you're running regression equations, regression analysis a couple times, reporting the regression equations a couple times, running the scatter plots, and interpreting the lines. And that's essentially it. Remember, questions 4 and 5 are not included on the template because I really don't want you to do those. So they're questions 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. So hopefully that helps and makes a lot of sense. And if not, please feel free to contact me, and I will be more than glad to help. And again, stay tuned, and I will be back in week 7. Okay? Thank you.